Well, hey guys, Silly Tuck here. I'm sorry for the delays and the pauses and all that type of stuff. I don't think I've put up an episode of this in maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. That's totally on me. That's on me getting myself out of a groove, right? And then I found with TEW and booking, right? Once you get out of a groove, it's so hard to get back into it. You know what I mean? Once you're in that groove where you book things kind of consistently, you know what you want to do, bang, 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 it's easy to go. You ever take a break from that? It's very hard to jump back in. But that's okay. That's what I've done. I've tried to remember as much as what we were doing as possible. I'm sorry for those who are watching this like a year down the line in playlist form. I always think about that sometimes, that like I'll always just say some random shit in playlist form and somebody will be like, hey, wait a minute, that's not what you said, like literally last episode, man, what the fuck. But we are in Hammerstein. It's the second last Hardcore TV it is the Go Home Hardcore TV, actually. Which means I guess I should have booked this a little bit better, but that's okay. That's okay, we're fine. We are fine. It's a Go Home Hardcore TV for Big Ass Extreme Bash, which is next week, and then following that, it'll be 1999, and we get to do all that fun end-of-year shit that we like to do. Anyways, let's just... Oh, fuck? So I'm just, like, crashing in the background. That was weird. Yeah, let's just fucking do it. We're opening with... Oh! Wow, Shane Douglas. Okay. What the fuck? Where has this been? Like, the whole time. The whole time. Whoa. Oh my god. That... Hold on, gotta clean my glasses here for a sec. Dramatic effect, but you can't even see it. That's the type of quality you're getting here on my channel. I'm checking them. I'm putting them back on 93A. Wow. Douglas talks about how he's the fucking man. He's the franchise. He put Tommy Dreamer away last month. He proved that he's more important to this company than Tommy Dreamer is. He proved that it is franchise over heart. The name on the sign over the guy who bleeds for this company, whatever the hell bullshit that means. Jerry Lynn tonight is going to learn that no matter how hard you fight, no matter how much heart you have, everybody falls to the franchise. Everybody gets their ass franchised. I forgot the catchphrase. Stupid. And then it kind of ended up like being like the same thing twice, you know? Holy shit, what an opening banger promo. And I think Douglas does a really damn good job hyping up tonight's main event. Shane Douglas versus Jerry Lynn. The winner goes on, faces Rob Van Dam next week at Big Ass Extreme Bash. I'm fucking all over the place. I can't fucking speak. And they face Rob Van Dam for the ECW ECW World Heavyweight Championship. ECW Hardcore, the fuck am I talking about? I must be thinking RBD 01 stuff, because that's what I've been doing lately with 370. But yeah, that's a really good opener. Holy shit. All right, let's move forward, I guess, if we can. It's a 44D, which is okay. The FBI defeat the Gangstanators in 7:34 when Little Guido defeats New Jack by submission with a Sicilian Crab. Tony Momluke, whatever. Like I said, Tony Momluke's a project, right? We gotta build him up slowly. He did good stuff there. He's improving. The FBI pick up another victory, and I think they're starting to kind of re-enter the main pool of tag team action here. We've kind of established now that they had things going. Momluke obviously is some kind of, I don't want to say a transcendent talent, of course. That's too much praise. But he's very capable, and he's very good very, very early in his career, and he's already able to hang with people like Cronus and New Jack. And very, very, very good match in my mind. Very, 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 very. 44D, though, that's all right. That's totally acceptable. Totally acceptable. Moving forward. We actually go backstage to the Stormtroopers with Dawn Marie. And Lance Storm, Chris Candido are talking about how, you know, they're seeing what the FBI is doing. It's time for them to get back into things, you know? They lost to the Dudley Boys twice. Maybe the third time's the charm. Maybe down the road, a couple weeks or so, I think about 2 weeks from tonight. The Hardy Brothers will have defeated the Dudley Boys, you know? And there's a new opportunity there. You know, they talk about how it's time for them to kind of re-enter the tag team picture, you know what I mean? They can't be moping on their couch anymore, you know what I mean? They can't be at home watching anymore, because this is what they do. This is their lives. And I kind of think that does a decent enough job at setting their motivation forward. You know, they've got to re-solidify themselves as a top tag team here after kind of bumping down a bit on the pecking order with the loss of the Dudley Boys in November to Remember. Moving forward again. It's a Justin promo. It's a just incredible promo. As he's with Chastity. He talks about Kurt Angle, and he says, "You people might be wondering what the hell I'm doing trying to fight Kurt Angle. You know, we've seen how competent that guy is. We've seen what he can do to people. People who, some in the crowd, would believe are much better than me. My name is literally just incredible. I am just incredible, and maybe you've forgotten because I've been sitting on the back burner for the past year. I haven't done anything that big for the past year. I've hung out in my Gotham shadow for the past year. Now, me and Mike, we're buddies, we're pals, we're friends, we're partners, but I'm not in the shadow anymore. Do you understand who I am? I'm the man who's beaten World Champion Jerry Lynn before. I'm the man who took Taz to his limit. I am a fucking killer. I do this as a job, as a hobby, as an interest, as a love, as a passion. I would not be here if it wasn't because I had that drive. So Kurt Angle can step up, and I'm going to fuck him up and send him back to whatever amateur gym he's from. And I will. Because I am just incredible. Solid enough promo, I think. Kind of starting to build Credible back up. He hasn't had that great of a year or so. You know, I don't think too highly of Credible, but I think he's a good enough hand where I have to keep him around. You know what I mean? I've got to keep him up a little bit. I can't have him down too far. He's a good enough hand. Let's move forward. It's a match, I believe it is. It is a match, the opposite of last week's match, where we had Bubba taking on Matt Hardy. Bubba Ray won that one. Jeff Hardy's going to take on Devon Dudley. And in a 58 C-, that's okay. Jeff Hardy defeats Devon in 10:30 by pinfall the Swanton Bomb. I think if you know my booking, you knew that they would split 50-50, but whatever. Jeff has a really good in-ring performance, 62. Much better than what he was at before, whatever, during his solo performances. Jeff and Matt, I checked the other day, Jeff and Matt both have legendary gimmicks. These two are going to be top stars in a very short amount of time, and I need to make sure I don't miss on that. What does that mean for the tag belts going forward? You'll have to wait and see. I do like the Dudley Boys as champions, but if the time comes and I feel that they're ready, you know, fuck it. No, we're cutting that shit. All right, we're in kayfabe here. All right. If the Hardy Boys get to that point and they are ready, because they are young, they are hungry, they are obviously talented, they're high flyers, they're thrill seekers, they don't give a damn about their own well-being. They will do anything it takes to win. Will that put the Dudley Boys off their game? Will facing a team that's willing to go through tables, you know, the Dudley Boys love their tables, a team who's willing to go through tables in order to win, a team who will go through a table and kick out at 2. Will that stump the Dudley Boys? Will that allow the Hardy Brothers to pick up the victory? You're going to have to wait. We move forward. It's a Rob Van Dam promo. These guys are supposed to be off screen. RVD kind of talks about who he would rather face, you know, and he says he doesn't really have a preference. You know, that's why he decided that these two could face each other. He thinks Jerry Lynn is one hell of an athlete, as much as he thinks his kind of Cinderella story thing is kind of run its course. If he faces him again, he'll stomp the shit out of him. It doesn't matter. But if it was Jerry, I'm sure they could have a great match together. You know, he says that. You know, he's like, I think we could put on a great match, but it doesn't matter because I'm still going to walk out ECW World Champion. Shane Douglas, on the other hand, he's right. He's beaten Tommy Dreamer. I've beaten Tommy Dreamer. He's been a world champion before. I am world champion now. He's the franchise of this company. He's the franchise of the show. But everybody knows Rob Van Dam is the whole fucking show. And Mr. Friday Night, I guess it's Mr. Saturday Night. It's weird because it's taped on Friday. No, it's taped on Saturday, but it airs on Friday. So I guess Mr. Friday Night. Mr. Friday Night is going to do what he does. That's just fucking jump into it. You know what I mean? He's just Rob Van Dam being Rob Van Dam. You know, he's world champion. He's cocky. He's fucking really good though. So it's hard to stay mad at him. You know, it's hard to be like, hey, you shouldn't be cocky because he's that fucking good. He's great. He's a perennial all-star caliber talent. And he makes it pretty clear in this promo that it doesn't matter who he faces. He's looking forward to retaining. We go backstage before our main event. Steve Corino, or actually it's Taz. Taz is walking backstage, and Steve Corino just literally runs up out of nowhere and just tries to jump him with like a chair or something like that. He hits Taz in the back once. He tries to knock out Taz, hits him over the back of the head or something like that. But Taz kind of sees it somehow. I don't know. Maybe the man's got fucking eyes in the back of his head. Who knows? But he ducks it, and he turns, and him and Corino start brawling backstage. We've got to get like our one ref and like Paul Heyman and like Gabe pretty much to just split them up. That's like just our backstage staff. It's Paul Heyman, Gabe, and I don't know who the hell our ref even is. Hold on. Oh, I don't even have that. Oh, because it's not a match, right? Yeah, no, but these two are brawling or whatever, and Corino's failed to jump Taz, but I think he sent a message that he's desperate, you know, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. Will that gain respect from Taz? Will that anger Taz? Who the hell knows? Is Taz indifferent? Maybe. Who knows? Main event time, all right? Jerry Dynamic Lynn. Dynamic Jerry Lynn. Whatever the fuck that terrible-ass nickname is. Let's be honest, all right? Jerry Lynn has done so much over the past year. He's gone from being a mid-carder, a solid hand, to world champion. He beat Shane Douglas before. Can he do it again? That's what we're going to find out tonight. Shane Douglas himself, though, was not the same man he was a year before. He's gone through struggle. He's gone through victory. He's gone through the ups and downs that you have in a wrestling year. And he's looking to get back to the mountaintop, where he was 1 year on this day as ECW World Champion. Can he do it? Can he punch his ticket to the main event of next week's big-ass Extreme Bash television special? It's time to figure it out. In a 77B, fuck, that's really good. And but then at Superb Wrestling and Good Heat, Shane Douglas does it. The Cinderella story looks to be over for now as he puts Jerry Lynn away in 1849 by pinfall with a belly-to-belly suplex. You can book it in right now, folks. You can book it in right now. Big-ass Extreme Bash 98, the final show of 1998, the night before New Year's. Franchise show. Douglas Van Dam. World Championship on the line. One of the biggest matches we've seen in a good year, and we just came off of possibly the biggest match we've seen in the whole year with Jerry Lynn RVD. Would it have been nice to see Lynn RVD too? I think it would have been, but Shane Douglas is the better man tonight, and he's on his way. He's that much closer to getting back where he was. And that's your show. A little bit of a shorter episode, but you know, I think I did a good enough job explaining what I wanted to explain. This is a very good back and forth, I think. Lynn uses his technical ability to kind of wear down the bigger Douglas, but Douglas is a I used that word a lot early in the charismatic brawler. You know, he taunts a lot, he works the crowd, but he's a striker above all else, right? He can work the grabs, so not as good as Jerry Lynn. He can kind of turn up the tempo, not as good as Jerry Lynn. Douglas has to keep this a fight, and he keeps it a fight for the majority of the match. And just as Lynn looks like he's getting in his flow, Douglas is able to disrupt it, probably taunting him, you know what I mean? Getting in his head, getting in his ear. Something, you know, that the charisma definitely helps with, right? The mic ability. He's able to get in Jerry Lynn's ear, plant that seed of self-doubt, Inception style, able to hit the belly-to-belly. Win, I was about to say the game. Win the game, apparently. I don't know. And that show overall gets a 75B-. That's a very good show. Very good open, very good end. Shane Douglas, holy fuck. Who's going to be champion? You're going to have to wait till next episode. Douglas Van Dam Now, I think most of you would write that off, right, as the first defense. RBD's been great for me all year. But after these performances from Shane Douglas, what's going through my head as a booker, right? Am I seeing that and I'm saying, oh God, I think we need to throw it back on him and get him to take us to the promised land? Or do I stay the course? Well, you'll have to wait. Let's go check out the weird main screen stuff. There's Kelly Lawler. No relation to Jerry Lawler, apparently, judging by that bio. I'm going to put my money on the fact that Kelly Lawler doesn't actually exist because I've seen some faces before, and that don't look like any of them, game. You tried to trick me, but I saw right through it. I'm not getting bamboozled. All right, cool. Hardcore TV was awesome. Good stuff. RBD thinks Jeff Hardy is a future star. I can agree with that. Hindsight's 2020. Wait, what? Overall, though, I think our money is up. Yeah, our money is still going up pretty constantly. Our ticket sales are a bit down, but that's okay. We'll probably cap out about our 104 range again. As long as we don't run, we're not running a big show this month, so this will probably be our expenses. We're probably looking at another 20K in revenue. I'm going to be honest. Just through kind of looking at the past numbers here. You can see the past numbers or whatever, and kind of how they're working out. It does kind of look like that is how we'll end up with it. We'll end up making money again. Another 20-ish K. Hopefully. If not, maybe 3K like we have here. 3K, 3.5K, 4K. We've had a couple ups and downs, but pretty much ever since July and kind of sorting out what we're doing, we have been firing on all cylinders, getting money, bringing in money. A lot of that because the sponsorship money fluctuates. The merchandise is way up, or at least it was way up in September. I don't know what the hell we did in September to make that merchandising so hot. But realistically, going forward, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. Do I have the picture for Big Ass Extreme Bash? Because I do that right now in front of you guys. Did I grab that picture? ECW. I didn't. Should I do that? No, I'll just do it off screen really quick. So yeah, I'll alter this here. It will be ECW Big Ass Extreme Bash. There you go. I'll change the picture here off screen, but I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. You can see our past ratings here. I'll let you guys know in the final episode of this year. Big Ass Extreme Bash, I'll let you know what this show did, hopefully. Last week's episode got a 0.03, same as the week previous. I'm trying to get better at showing you guys the, what's it called? Come on, Tuck. Come on. The ratings. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoy making these always. It takes me a little while sometimes, but I always enjoy it. This is Silly Tuck. Signing out.